Beliefs are limitations. So, a belief is something that we hold to be true, but it isn't the same as truth. Truth is not something that's held to be true, it's just true. And beliefs take the place of what is unknown or what has yet to be found to be true. So when we believe something, what can happen is it can actually inhibit us from learning the truth, because when we believe we know the truth, then there's no reason to be curious about finding the truth anymore. So the belief kind of like fills that slot. If you think about it, if like there's like a hole where the truth goes in, like a peg, well, it's blocked already by a belief. One way you can kind of think of it. Now, beliefs can be rather arbitrary. Um, One person might believe one thing and someone else might believe something different, but they both function as a belief for that each individual, but they're arbitrary in the sense that they could be two opposing beliefs that still function just fine for the individual. So who's to say which belief is better or right? It's kind of arbitrary. Now, the thing with beliefs is um, when we believe one thing, it is limiting because opposing beliefs are believed to be incorrect. But if we're choosing the belief rather arbitrarily, then we are uh, writing off all of its opposition arbitrarily too. So we're living in a very limited and boxed in sort of life when we're somebody who holds very tightly some beliefs. Um, like for instance, if we think that a certain movie is funny, if we believe it's a comedy, it's hard to also believe that it's not a comedy. It kind of is hard to see different perspectives when we lock ourselves into one perspective that negates others. So most people hold beliefs, and the path to awakening is a path that entails lots of deconstruction of beliefs. Um, but if you're somebody who has beliefs, then it's okay to hold those beliefs lightly and loosely, as opposed to being rigid and holding those beliefs tightly. Um, Basically, by being aware that these beliefs are just serving a practical use and that they are not a real replacement for truth. That's what holding your beliefs loosely looks like, and that takes self-awareness. When you're holding it loosely like that, and you're aware that it's just a belief that's there to be practical and it is not the truth, then you're more likely to step into other people's shoes, and you're more likely to entertain opposing beliefs and ideas. This is a more open-minded approach. This will be less limiting, but generally speaking, beliefs are it's when you pick a belief, you're picking a position, right? And when you pick a position, that's limiting by nature, because when you don't pick a position, you're not limited by anything. You are free to sort of think new thoughts and to allow life to go however way it's going, and you're able to sort of conform to reality to the best of your ability, so that your life is a lot smoother and you play a smoother role in life as a whole. Also, when we hold beliefs, because everything that we know relative to everything else that we know. You know, if the knowledge we have about one particular thing or event relates to the knowledge of other objects and events, right? So when we hold one belief, sort of like a kaleidoscope, it will, because all other beliefs and knowledge are relative to each other, when we have one belief, not only does it limit the way that we think and know a certain object or event, but it also changes the relation to every other object and event. So it's like a crystallization is the way you can kind of think about it. It's like when you pick a position, it's like you're crystallizing. And the geometric form of this crystallization, you could think about that as the relative structure of all other beliefs. So they all are relative and are situated and structured based off each other, like one solid giant crystal of that you might think of sort of metaphorically as your belief system. So if every point in the system is relative to each other, when you change, so if that's the case, then every point is defined by every other point. And that's why when you change one, it will reflect that change in all the other relative points. So when we look at it this way, we think about it this way, we can really start to wrap our head around and grok how beliefs limit us and limit the world we inhabit, and how they are quite arbitrary, and how we can actually tinker with it, right? And we can reflect and learn more about it. So yeah, if you like this video, then please hit the like button. If you have anything you want to say, then please comment down below. If you know anybody who might like this, then please share it. And if you want to get notifications whenever I drop new content, hit that little bell button. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.